Hello, people. Hello, my friends and family. How are you doing today? Welcome to my tutorial. It's been a long while, I must say, and I hope I am meeting all of you in good condition. I've been busy over the weekend with my boys' birthday, like I told you, but now all of that are over. And thank you for subscribing. Thank you for being here. Okay, so we're now back to business once again, as usual. Today, we are going to be making this very style of dress on the screen. Okay, and I have here 3.5 yards of this fabric. I don't intend to use all anyway. Okay, this is 3.5 yards. I will only be concentrating this tutorial at the upper part because the upper part is a normal pencil skirt or dress. Okay, so the concentration is at the upper part. What it means is that I won't be showing the lower part. Okay, so quickly we'll get started. Now the measurements I will be using, as usual, remove 7 inches from my half length, which is from shoulder to my waistline. I will take away 7 inches. Okay, so this is what I mean. This is 7 inches. So my measurement will begin from here to my waist. I hope you can see it. Begin from here to my waist. I hope you get it. And then of course I'll take my bust span and then bust measurement, waist measurement. Okay, and then the hip measurement and full length. But like I said, the concentration is at the upper part. So quickly we'll get started. Alright, so I'm cutting the upper part first of all. Now I'll be doing it this way so that everybody will be carried along, because I understand that people find it difficult to cut an off shoulder, but if you take this step, it becomes very easy for you. Now I'll be using my with shoulder measurements to derive my off shoulder. Okay, so this is my with shoulder measurement. My half length from here to this point, it is 17 inches. Okay, but I measured 17.5 inches here. The half is for the joining of this upper part to the lower part. Okay, now normally for my off shoulder I remove 7 inches, which is supposed to be here. Okay, but then I marked at 6.5 because I will take this half an inch to fold the upper part. I hope it's clear. So that's why you have it here. Okay, so the next measurement we are taking will be shoulder to bust. Mine is 13 inches. I will also add half an inch that we will take to fold here. That very half an inch I added here. I'll add it here, and that is the marking here. Okay, my under bust is 3.5 inches below this. You can take your time to also measure yourself to get your under bust. Okay, so this is my under bust here. Okay, this is my shoulder to bust. Okay, the next line here, which is this one that ran down this way, is our bust span. That is the distance between one nipple to the other one. Mine is 8 inches, and normally I use 1/4 of an inch to sew, which means since our fabric is on fold, I'll measure 4.25. I hope you understand it. But if your sewing allowance is half an inch, you will measure 4.5. Okay, and that is the line you have here. I hope this part is very well clear. So next will be to mark my shoulder measurement. Yes, it's an off shoulder, but I'm just marking it because we'll be needing it later. Okay, so this is my shoulder measurement. Pay attention to that. We'll come back there later. Now at the lower part here, this under bust, I'll take away 1 inch, and towards this side I'll take 1.5 inches. Next thing will be to connect it to this part. Now if you don't have a curve, you will have to measure half an inch at the lower bust and at the upper bust this way. Okay, this helps to make sure there is no sharp curve at the shoulder to bust. I hope you get that. But if you have a curve, you don't need this. This is what I mean. If you had a curve, when you put it, it takes away this. But if you do not have a curve, this will help you so that you connect this way. Okay, I hope you get this part. So at the upper part, at the chest line, I'll just take half an inch here, and then take 1.5 inches at the other side. I'll also connect it to this upper part. Okay, I'm trying my best for the marking to show because I wouldn't want any complaint. Okay, now if you are not using a curve, you make sure that there are no sharp edges at this point. Okay. Alright. So now having done this, we'll now place our bust and waist measurement. My bust is 11. Allowance, I'll use 2.5 inches. My shoulder, remember I took half an inch here, 1.5 here. So I'm putting it back 2.5. And then my armhole will be 3 inches. Okay, so it would have been like this, but we'll still come back. It would have been this way, but we'll still come back. Now for my waist, it's 9.75, which is here. And then I took away 2.5 inches, so I'm adding it back and then sewing allowance of 2 inches. Okay, now there's going to be a strap somewhere between here and here. Okay, so now I will have to determine where the strap is going to be. Of course, you know it's not going to be at the shoulder, because if it's here, it will be falling off. It has to come inside a little bit. I hope you understand. Okay, so from this new shoulder now, I'm moving in by 1.5 inches. Okay, and the strap, the thickness will be about 0.5 inch. Okay, so I'll measure 7 point. So what do they call it? Half plus quarter. That's what I want to say, please. 0.75. I'll measure it. So you now have here and here. So ignore this, ignore this, ignore this. So I will extend the armhole now to this point. I hope you understand it. We've not given any neck cutting until I'm done joining these two together. So as it is now, I'll cut. Okay, so now the strap is falling between here and here. Okay, but if you don't want your shoulder to extend here, you can leave it here where it was originally. But then the strap does not have to be here, because if it's here, it means it's just here. So it has to move in a little bit, like what we saw on that picture. Okay, that's why I'll be putting my own here, so that by the time I give it a neck cut now, which will cut across from here to this one, I will now have something like this to clearly define where the strap will be fixed. Okay, so this is for the front. We'll now go to the back. So for the back, we have the length same as the front, zipper allowance of 1.5 inches. So my normal shoulder is here, but I'll take away 1 inch. It's not same with the front. Okay. The reason we are adding shoulder measurement is because of the strap. Please, assuming there were no strap, we don't need this. Okay. Next, we're going to place the bust and the waist measurement. Allowance of 2.5, waist 9.75, allowance of 3 inches. And the neck volume for the back, I'll use 2.5 inches. And then I'll connect it very close to the shoulder. Okay, and then I'll hold same as front. So you see the way it is, the strap is going to be fixed here. Okay, so now I'll cut the lining and also the wooden and glue them on the body. And this here is for the sleeve. I have 2 of them. I'm going to use the lining on it. But if you have enough fabric, you can decide to do it this way so that this 2 becomes 1. One is lining, the other one is the visible sleeve or the right side. Okay. Now the length is 9.25. The width is 23 inches. 23.5, please. 23.5 inches. And how did I get that measurement? This is it. I measured from this point. You know, like we have this center front this way. Okay, so I measured from here like this across my shoulder, across my arm, like this. I hope you understand. Through to the center of my back. I hope you get it. This way. I didn't start from here. I started from here where this is supposed to meet with this side. You get? So I started my measurement from like this, across my arm like this, to my center back. That was how I was able to get that 22 inches. The rest of the inch there is my sewing allowance. Okay, so what I will do will be to use lining. I will sew here and here and then turn it. I hope you get that. Okay, so I've succeeded in lining both the lower part and the sleeve. This is the sleeve. Okay, I use the soft interlining. I doubled it so that it can have a little weight. At least it can stand when fixed. Okay, we'll come back to that later. Now, when I was cutting both the front and the back, I removed 7 inches from the upper part. Sorry, 6.5. I remember. The remaining half is for the sewing, and the upper part at this point where my hand is. Okay, now that is to say that since I removed 7 inches, it means front is 7, back is 7, altogether 14. But then if I use that 14 to make it, I discovered that sometimes it will be falling off. Okay, like this one I'm wearing now. I had to wear it to show it. Like this one I'm wearing. Now, if I use that 14 here, you see it will just be falling off like this. You understand? So I had to reduce it so that the strap becomes firm on the shoulder. Okay, so what I used was 13 inches. Okay, I'll end up using 12. I'll make sure that what I will take is 12 inches so that I'll make sure it is very firm. I hope you get that. So this strap here will be 12 inches instead of 14 inches. Okay, and then this is how I joined it. This is how I attached it. You see, I closed from here. I closed from here. This is the zipper side, through the neck, and then I fixed the strap and then stitched it here and continued. I even closed the armhole area everywhere so that when you turn it, you get your strap this way. The reason I did it, you can actually do your lining and then put your strap, but the roughness will show. So what I did was to make sure I conceal every roughness. I hope you understand that, because I wouldn't want it to be showing. Okay, so the both of them, I've done that. I mean the both of back panels, I've done that. I hope you see it. Okay, all right, so we now go to the front. These are the two sides, and this is the front. This here is the front. Okay, now if you look at that picture, you understand why I had to do it this way. I wanted to do exactly what I saw on that picture. Okay, but if you like, you can join this three together before attaching this, but then again the roughness here will show. Okay, but I don't want it to show. That's why I attached the sleeve first at this place. Okay, now we've already talked about the measurement of this sleeve. Okay, so all I did was to find the midpoint and kiss it. I hope you see it. I found the midpoint and then did a pleat that kissed at the midpoint. Okay, so what I will do now will be to turn the sleeve this way. Now put the side and sew so that this rough end is very well hidden. Okay, so this is it. It should be very easy to be done. Now I left about, I will need to measure it. I left about 0.75 inches at this upper part. That's because I'm here to put any shape at the neck. That's why I left here. Okay. Okay, so now I'll fold it again and input the kind of neck I want. Okay, so this is 1 inch at the center, 1 inch down. Okay, remember we left few space here for the strap. I hope you've not forgotten. Okay, so I'm going to cut this off this way. Okay, I hope you see it. I hope you see the way it is. Okay. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, how I'm going to line it, okay, is like this. So I'm going to fix this strap here. I'll fix it first, here and here, okay? This is one part of the back. This other one, I'll fix it here, okay? Then I'll use my lining like so, and then so. Exactly what I did at the back, I will cover both the armhole, the two sides, and then the neck side. Okay, so I've done the lining. I hope you see that. Next thing would be to now, if you got the measurement of this sleeve correctly, it shouldn't be any difficult. All you will need to do will be to adjust very well like so, and then take this, put it here, okay, and stitch it. You know, this is the zipper side. I hope I'm not confusing you. So you will just fix it here at the zipper side, just here, okay? Now when I do that, I will close them at the, before I close at the two sides, I should add, I'm going to be putting band, and I have separate bands of about 2.5 inches. So I'll put at the waistline of the front and then at the back. I chose to split the band separately so that it will be easy for me to make adjustments at the side if need be, okay? But if you like, you can have one single band so that after you are done joining at the two sides, as in closing this upper part at the two sides, you can then put your band before you close this one also at the two sides, and then attach at the waistline, okay? But this is difficult. This is a waste of time, so I prefer to just put separate band like this and then fix the skirt part before I now close them at the two sides. All right, so I've done the joining at the two sides. All that is left now is to affix my zipper, and then we are done. Let me open it so that we'll see how it looks on the inside. Okay. So I'll now proceed to fix the zipper, and then we are good to go. Okay, so here is the end result of our tutorial. So Miss Headless will go ahead to try it for us. Thank you for watching till the end. Thank you for your time on my channel. Thank you for subscribing, and if you are new, please subscribe before leaving. And also, I crave your prayers. Please pray for me, pray for your friends as well, and keep being nice to people till we meet in my next tutorial. Bye.